Hi everybody, welcome to Power Flow Yoga. My name is Kayla. It's an honor to be able to guide your practice. Things you're gonna need are a mat, a water bottle, a yoga block, and a yoga strap. And let's get started today in melting heart posture. Letting your knees fall directly below your hips, extending your arms in front of you, and bringing your head, your forehead, all the way down to meet your mat. For a gentle heart opener, getting grounded into your practice today. Maybe taking a little bit of organic movement here, wiggling your toes or your fingers, rolling your forehead side to side. Just taking these next few moments, getting grounded into practice, getting present into your flow today. And as you're getting grounded there, I'm gonna read a little quote from this book called Being of Power by Baron Baptiste. Today's quote says, "Power is the ability to be and let be." A quote from Aristotle. And I invite you to use that quote to help power your intention for today's flow. And since the quote centers around power, just finding power in being exactly as you are. There is nothing you need to change, no expectations for your practice today. Just being on your mat is enough. Take one more full breath here. Empty everything out. Tuck your toes to the mat and press all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Your first dog of the day. Go ahead, walk it out. Find some movement in your legs. Come up on your toes, back down on your heels. Slide forward to high plank and press back to downward facing dog. And come to a little bit of stillness. Still connecting with your breath here. Empty everything out. Take a slight bend in your legs and travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, creating a flat spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to a standing mountain posture. And then inhale your hands up above your head. Let your gaze follow your fingertips. Interlace all 10 fingers. Point your pointer fingers up to the ceiling. And exhale, take a crescent moon, bending to the right. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, crescent moon, bending to the left. Inhaling, coming through center. And on your exhale, take a small back bend here, reaching back, pressing your hips forward, breathing. And inhale, come all the way through swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take a flow, chaturanga, stepping your feet back, high to low plank. Inhaling to upward facing dog and exhaling to downward facing dog. Taking 2 cycles of breath here. We're creating some tapas heat in our bodies, and connecting with our breath in these first few moments of class. One more full inhale. And empty everything out. Travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing mountain. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, release, chaturanga, starting to connect one movement to one breath. And meeting in downward facing dog. We'll do one more sun salutation A, just as a warm up today, and then move into sun salutation B's. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Release, forward fold. And rise on your inhale to standing mountain posture. And exhale, release for a full forward fold. Halfway lift, creating your flat spine. And exhale, take your flow, meeting in downward facing dog. Take a little bit of organic movement in this down dog. Again, walking your dog out, rolling forward to high plank and back. And then come to stillness. Inhale your right leg high to the sky, shaking out your ankle. And exhale, stepping all the way through to meet your hands. Rising on your inhale to crescent lunge. Bringing your hands to prayer center at your heart. Aligning the left heel directly over the ball of your left foot. Breathing here. One more full inhale, filling your lungs completely. And exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky, shaking out your ankle, your knee. And exhale, stepping through. And rising on your inhale for crescent lunge. Hands to heart center, prayer posture. Again, aligning your right heel directly over the ball of your right foot and pulling the back of your right knee up towards the ceiling, creating a strong foundation, finding power in your crescent lunge. Last inhale. And exhale, release. Plant your hands. Take your flow, meeting in downward facing dog. Take one full cycle of breath here. Empty out all your stale air. And at the end of your exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Release, forward fold. Inhale, rise to chair pose, bringing your hands up above your head, letting your gaze follow your fingertips. Peeling your shoulders down and away from your ears. Inhaling and energetically sending the crown of your head 1 inch higher towards the ceiling. Exhaling, sitting 1 inch deeper into your chair. And exhale, release, forward fold. Halfway lift. chaturanga. Take one cycle of breath here. We'll do one more sun salutation B in this series today. Full exhale. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. And exhale, stepping it through. Rising on your next inhale, crescent lunge. And release, plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. And exhale, sweeping it through. Rising on your inhale, strong in your foundation. Pause at the top of your inhale. And exhale, release, plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. One more full inhale. And complete exhale. Travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise to chair pose. And exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga, taking your flow, moving at the pace of your breath. And take one full cycle of breath in this down dog. Letting your heart rate come down a little bit. And inhale, your right leg high to the sky. Shaking out your ankle, kicking out your knee. Opening your hip for three-legged dog. And then opening all the way up for wild thing. Reaching your right fingertips to the ceiling, the wall in front of you. And pressing into the balls of both of your feet, lifting your hips 1 inch higher towards the ceiling. And gently come through center, planting your right hand and rotating all the way open to side plank on the right side body. Breathing here. Option to come down onto a knee or lift your left leg to intensify this side plank. And release, coming back through center and pressing to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky, shaking out your knee, rolling out your ankle. And opening your hip, three-legged dog. And opening all the way up to wild thing. Really grounding down in all four corners of your right hand, all four corners of both of your feet. Breathing. And gently roll back through center, over to your left side body for side plank. Breathing here, 2 full cycles of breath. Release, planting your right hand and pressing back, downward facing dog. Take one more full cycle of breath. At the end of your exhale, take a small bend in your legs and travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to a standing posture. And on your exhale, we're gonna step your right foot back Taking a 90-degree bend in your left knee, coming into crescent lunge. You've been here before, just entering from a different sequence, bringing your hands to your heart center in a prayer posture. Breathing here. And exhale, twisting crescent lunge, locking your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh, pressing each hand hard into each other to create a deeper twist in your spine. One more full inhale here. And open up to warrior two, planting your right heel down on the mat, bringing your gaze over your left fingertips, reaching both hands to opposing walls. And reverse your warrior, bringing your gaze over your left fingertips. Exhale, coming to side angle, letting your left elbow come to meet your left thigh. Reaching your right hand up towards the ceiling and letting your gaze follow those right fingertips. And exhale, release, planting both hands and stepping into a forward fold. Breathing here. Inhale, rising up to a standing mountain posture. And this time we're gonna exhale, step your left foot back for a crescent lunge, finding your stability, a distance that feels good in your body today. Breathing. Two more full cycles of breath. I encourage you to really find your alignment here. Pulling your shoulders back and in towards each other, creating a 90-degree bend in your knee, a nice bend at your hip, straightening your left leg. Exhale, twisting crescent lunge, pressing your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh this time. Feeling a deep twist throughout your full spine. Breathing here. Twisting a little bit deeper on each exhale. And inhale, opening up to warrior two, planting your left heel down, reaching opposing fingers to opposing walls, and pulling the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Release, extended side angle, planting your right elbow to your right thigh, and reaching your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And release, planting your hands and stepping your left foot up, forward fold. Breathing here, pressing into all four corners of your feet, letting your hips float 1 inch higher towards the ceiling. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to chair pose. Bringing your hands up above your head, gaze following those fingertips. Letting your knees align directly above your ankles. And sitting 1 inch deeper into your chair. Bring your hands to heart center, prayer posture. And on your next exhale, twist to your right side body, hooking your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. And squeezing into that twist deeper and deeper with each exhale. One more full breath. Release. We're gonna take fingers to toes, forward fold. So heel toe your feet to hip width distance apart. Take your peace fingers, interlace them with your big toes, and use your upper body to pull the crown of your head down towards your mat, letting your belly make contact with your thighs. And breathing here. One more full cycle of breath. Release, heel toe your feet back to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to chair pose. Breathing here. Take one full cycle of breath. You can exhale your hands to prayer posture. And on your next exhale, taking that twist, revolved chair, hooking your right elbow onto your left thigh. Breathing here. Finding power in your core, in your upper body, in your lower body. Finding power in where you are in your practice and releasing expectations of where you think you should be. Last full inhale. And exhale, release. We're gonna do palms to toes, forward fold. So heel toe your feet back to hip width distance apart. And let your feet walk on your hands, letting your toes meet the crease of your wrists. Grounding down into the heels of your feet and using your upper body again to pull the crown of your head down towards your mat. Breathing here. Exhale, release. Heel toe your feet back to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, coming to a standing posture. Bring your feet just past hip width distance apart. We're gonna take a deep yogi squat here. Inhaling, bringing your hands to a prayer posture, heart center. And on your exhale, find that deep yogi squat, making contact with your elbows to the insides of your thighs. Breathing here. Option to come up on one foot and alternate to the other, or come up on both. One more full cycle of breath here. And exhale, plant your hands, crow pose, keeping your alignment of your elbows and your legs exactly where they are, letting your gaze fall between your hands, breathing. And exhale, shoot your feet back. Take a flow, chaturanga. Meeting in downward facing dog. We'll take a few rest breaths here. Bring our heart rate back down. Finding a little bit of organic movement. And inhaling gratitude for our body's ability on the mat today. One more full inhale. And inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, stepping your right foot through. Planting your left foot behind you, rising and straightening both legs. We're gonna take a triangle pose, reaching both of your hands to opposing walls and pulling yourself forward with your right hand until you can't pull anymore, and hinging at your hips, and then tick-tocking your arms. Letting your gaze follow your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And breathing here. And exhale. Rotate your feet so they're parallel with the short ends of your mat. And take a wide leg forward fold. Option to take a headstand here if that's in your practice. Option to let your hands meet the mat, or grabbing the backs of your calves, the backs of your ankles, whatever feels good in your body today. Breathing here. Take one more full cycle of breath. And if you're in headstand or handstand, come down from that. And then everyone can start to rotate, stepping your right foot in a little bit, rising up. I'm just gonna rotate so you can see me better, but we're gonna do triangle on the other side, straightening both your left leg and your right leg, reaching your arms to opposing walls, pulling your upper body energetically with your left hand, and then tick-tocking your arms and opening your right hand up towards the ceiling. Breathing here. This should be active in your lower body, energetically ripping your mat in half by pulling your feet to opposing sides of the room. Last full inhale. And exhale, rotating your feet to be parallel again with the short ends of your mat and taking a wide-legged forward fold. Breathing here. One more full round of breath. And grabbing your your hips with your hands and rising up with a flat back. Stepping your feet up to meet each other and grabbing your yoga block and strap at this time. We're gonna come into some balancing movements. Starting with a standing leg raise. Get grounded down into your left foot, all four corners. An option here to use your yoga strap, or if it's in your practice, grab your big toe of your right foot with your peace fingers, and you're gonna kick out to the right side body. If that's not in your practice, or that feels really straining, go ahead and use a strap around your right foot. Inhaling your right leg up, and exhaling, opening your foot to the right side body, bringing your left arm out to the left side of your mat, and letting your gaze follow your left fingertips. Breathing here. And gently come through center without touching the ground with your right foot. You can drop your strap, kick your right foot back for an airplane posture, taking a small back bend here. One more full inhale. And opening up to half moon, letting your hand come to a block or your mat. And if you wobble, that's okay. That means you're challenging your practice today. Breathing here, finding stability in your left leg. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale. Inhale, rising all the way back up to a standing posture. Shaking it out, taking a little bit of organic movement. And then coming to get grounded back into your right foot this time. You know where we're going. Standing leg raise, taking whatever variation feels good in your body today. Inhaling, lifting your left leg. Finding your stability. And exhale, opening that left leg to the left side of your mat. Bringing your gaze over your right fingertips to your right side body and breathing here. And gently coming back through center, dropping that yoga strap. And slow and controlled, moving into airplane posture. Breathing here. Squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other, like you're holding a pencil there. And reaching your fingertips to the wall behind you. Exhale, opening up to half moon. Slow and controlled. Letting your hand come all the way down to the mat or a block. And breathing here. Last inhale. And exhale, forward fold, releasing that half moon. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way back up to standing. We've got one more balance posture today for you. Getting grounded once again into that left foot. Options here for dancer. You can just take your right foot and balance just like that if that's where you're at in your practice today. Or for a more advanced dancer, kick in to your foot and hinge at your hips, reaching your left fingertips to the wall in front of you. And challenge your stability. If you fall out, that's okay. Get right back in it and work on your alignment. Bring your gaze to one point in the room that's not moving to help you find a little bit of stability and stillness. And exhale, releasing. Dancer on the right side. Getting grounded, all four corners of your right foot. Grabbing that left ankle and taking whatever variation of dancer on the left side feels good in your body today. Breathing here. And release, coming back to that standing posture. Inhale your hands up above your head, interlacing all 10 fingers, pointing your pointer fingers. And exhale to the right. Inhale, come through center. And exhale over to the left. Inhale up through center. And exhale for a small back bend. And inhale, coming all the way through. Swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, taking your flow at your pace, meeting in downward facing dog. Taking a full cycle of breath here. Inhale, roll forward to high plank. Moving any props that might be in your way. Bringing your hands out to a T. We're gonna take a locust pose here. Inhale, lifting your arms, your shoulders, kicking your toes behind you, Breathing here for one full breath. Release, lowering your left cheek down to the mat for one restful breath. Inhale, lift up, look up, go up. Locust, second one of today. And exhale, release, lowering your right cheek down to the mat. And then come for a Sphinx pose, aligning your elbows directly under your shoulders. Breathing here. And then pressing all the way up through a seated position, coming onto your sit bone, your tailbone. We're gonna take a boat pose for a little bit of core action here. Option to let your hands rest behind your thighs or bring them out to your side with your palms up. But inhale, lifting your legs, letting your shins and calves become parallel with the ground beneath you. Breathing here. We'll do 2 more full cycles of breath. And exhale, release, lowering all the way down. We're gonna do a few 30, 60, 90 lifts, letting your hands rest either by your side or taking a little circle with your hands and placing that under your low back, just so that when you're doing this exercise, your spine remains flat to the ground, flat to your mat. Bring your legs to a 90-degree angle to the rest of your body. Flex your toes down towards your face. And exhale, lower your legs 30 degrees. Breathe here. Exhale, lower them 30 degrees more. One more full inhale. And exhale, hover them 1 inch over the ground. And bring them back up. Take one full rest breath here. We'll do one more 30, 60, 90. And exhale, lower your legs 30 degrees. Exhale, lower them 30 more. And bring them to a 1 inch hover. Release. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Your knees fall out wide. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. And just take a few mindful breaths here. No expectation. And just feeling your heart rate slowing down. Inhale, gently come out of Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your heels of your feet align directly below your hips. Bring your hands down, down by your sides. And on your inhale, press into your heels, bridge pose. Breathing here. Holding for one more breath. Releasing back down to the mat. We'll take one more bridge today and then full wheel if that's in your practice. And on your next inhale, pressing into your feet, lifting your hips, grounding down into your shoulders, breathing here. And release, gently lowering down. An option to take another bridge or or join me for full wheel today. If you're taking full wheel, take this next breath to align your hands directly below your shoulders. Take one full breath, getting ready. Release. And inhale, press up, go up, full wheel. Breathing here. One more full breath. And exhale, slowly coming out of your full wheel. Taking a happy baby here, grabbing the outsides of your feet. Maybe taking a little low back massage, rocking from side to side. Or finding stillness in your happy baby. And exhale, release. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And then let your legs fall over to your left side body, bringing your gaze over your right fingertips. Just taking a nice, easy spinal twist in these last few moments of class today. And coming back to the intention, finding power in exactly where you are. Releasing expectation of where you think you should be. Inhale, come back through center. Windshield wiper your legs. And then let your knees fall over to your right side body and your gaze fall over your left fingertips. Just breathing here these last few minutes of class today. We've only got a few postures left. And noticing how in these last few postures, your breath just naturally becomes a little bit more organic and less intentional. Your heart rate gradually slows. Take one more cycle of your breath at your pace. And come back through center. Windshield wiper your legs one more time. And then send both legs long and bring your hands above your head just for a full body stretch as we're wrapping up class. And we'll take a few side body stretches here, walking both feet over to the right side of your mat and both hands to the right side of your mat. Feeling that deep stretch down the left side body. And inhale, coming back through center. And then walking both feet and both hands over to the left side of your body. In contrast, feeling that deep stretch down the right side body. Coming back through center just for a few breaths. Taking Shavasana, final resting posture. Coming back to the intention of the day and the quote from Aristotle, power is the ability to be and let be. When you feel ready, bring awareness back into your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers. And gently coming up to a seated position. And if your eyes opened, gently blinking them closed. And joining me as we close out class. Inhaling, bringing your hands to your third eye center. The light in me honors and adores the light in you. And together we bow and say namaste. Thank you so much for joining Power Flow today. Again, my name is Kayla. Please feel free to give any feedback, things that landed for you, things that you'd like to see in future classes. And if not, we'll see you next week again for Power Flow. Take care. Sweet.
I'm Sarah, and this is cardio dance. Are you guys ready to work out? Let's do it.
That's where we want to go.
Last 10 seconds. I'm right here with you. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Y. My name is Erin.
I'm Jennifer. My name is Linda.
My name is Tommy, and today we're going to do a quick step routine.
We feeling like we can conquer the world today?
I wish we all could smell it. It smells so good.
Time. We get stronger in my world. We're going to do it again.
We'll see you again.